I grew up in South Carolina, and so did this famous guy. He was a wrinkled reminder of an ugly past, and he would reach around to pinch your girlfriend's ass. He liked Uncle Sam and Uncle Tom. I'm talking about old Strom. He ran for president, he brought the rebel flags out, he filibustered to keep the blacks down. He would have been alright, except he had it all wrong. Old Strom, old Strom. He said we can't let him into the swimming pools. And old Strom, he said we got to keep him out of our public schools. But old Strom did not mind him messing around with his family jewels. Family jewels. He spoke out against people of a darker shade, but he made a baby with an underage black maid, and the daughter clammed up. Hey, the daughter got paid with checks signed by old Strom. Jim Crow, Strom sure did support him. John Lennon, he tried to deport him. If you dug segregation or Vietnam, you would have cheered old Strom. And old Strom, he said we can't let him into the swimming pools. They can't swim with us. And old Strom said we got to keep him out of our public schools. Can't go to school with us. But old Strom did not mind him messing around with his family jewels. Family jewels. Meanwhile, Strom got old and gray. No, not gray. He dyed his hair this strange color of orange, like a Tang instant breakfast drink, or a Bayer Children's aspirin, or a Clemson University t-shirt that somebody dipped in a chlorinated pool and left to dry out in the backseat of your cousin's Camaro on a hot August day. And as he got older, some people began to excuse some of the things he'd said and done. It was like he had morphed into this addled, baby-like, undercover brother. Yeah, high five. Now, this is the same guy who filibustered for 24 hours in opposition to the Civil Rights Act in 1957 and opposed the Civil Rights Act well up into the 1980s, when a lot of people had given up that ghost. They were watching Martha Quinn on MTV. This is a man who said loudly, repeatedly, and incorrectly that, quote, all the laws of Washington and all the bayonets of the army cannot force the Negro into our homes, our schools, our churches, and our places of recreation and amusement. Now, this is a man who said all that stuff knowing full well that little Strom had been exploring integration for decades, and that his own daughter was in her 20s and was a victim of segregation. But he changed, right? He changed. Changed? This is a man who, when he was 96 years old, which is like 32 years before he died, looked back on his life and said, I don't have anything to apologize for. Now I gotta go brush my teeth. Now wait, there were good things. There were good things about him. He called in a lot of favors in the name of constituent service. He got a lot of highways built with federal funds, and one time in a fit of caring and compassion, he even paid for his daughter to go to an all-black college. So these days, if you go to South Carolina, you'll see lakes and buildings named for Strom Thurmond, and there are a bunch of statues in his honor. And he was a historically important dude for sure, but something that stinks a little about this. It just seems like when you're talking family values at the podium and goosing firm young buds out in the lobby, when you're screwing African Americans in the Senate and in the bedroom, you might be a hypocrite. And when your buddies are George Wallace and Richard Nixon and Dan Quayle and J. Edgar Hoover, and the guys that really chap your shorts are John Lennon and Martin Luther King Jr., you suck. He fell asleep on the Senate floor. Nobody'd wake him unless he started to snore, and even then he didn't know what he was voting for. It was over the head of old Strom. He was senile 20 years before he died. South Carolina re-elected him with pride, but now the lunch counters open and the old South's gone, just like old Strom. I said the lunch counter's open and the old South's gone, just like old Strom.